expecting that we're going to have a competitive game here. And it is a relatively slow play so far, but forZe, as you can see, setting themselves up to eventually push forward for this banana control. And it's just valde initially taking the fight, gets himself the headshot, Mantu. But if forZe move quick, it is just going to be 2 players here to defend.
Shots by MBK. He's able to finish off one of the players. Swings out for Almazer as well. And the quick headshot connection, but his teammates are falling all around him and close to being split. The shot comes out from the bomb site. He now knows where both players are, and with the rotate coming through, he just needed to stay alive for Mantu. The smoke faded, but that just gave...
Oh yeah, they've set themselves up in construction, a perfect position to go ahead and try and at least get that initial trade. As you see, valde still up close on the MP9, eventually is dealt with. And Z-Power is going to come out on top of that battle. A 3-on-2, it is definitely favoring forZe as the bomb gets planted, but a bit of damage at least being connected for OG, but definitely holding down around the CT and the top of banana.
Issa might get an exit. Oh, he had the jump and got the shot eventually. I mean, only Flit left alive. It's not the best of situations.
Yeah, he got himself a bit of money, was able to afford to actually buy that up. That was a pretty solid pick by NBK, and also got the dink onto Z-Power there around mid. Unfortunately, does fall himself. You end up seeing a kill coming in around the balcony as well, and in the meantime, Jerry's actually just moving in towards B. They should have this kill quite easily, indeed they do. So valde, despite investing a bit into having the Deagle and the Kevlar, isn't really going to be able to find much with it, and yeah, pretty straightforward.
And now swinging straight into Mantu. He's got the off out, a second kill, looking for the third. What a flick by Mantu. And he can just tuck in now. His teammates are coming in to help. The flash on the corner to put the power back. They've spotted his leg, and the swing out from valde on the wider angle to take him down. What a clean round by OG and forZe.
Get going, and he's actually going to be coming in through the apartments. They're just all dropping out. All right, Issa apparently wasn't holding it. It allows for face crack to go ahead and close in the distance. He has an easy kill. Alexi B, I'm not sure. I think he was around Moto. He was already low health at that point as well. So he just goes straight down, and now the bomb site's gone. The bomb's going to be planted with the economy that's available while only valde really having enough money to rebuy. At this point, they just need...
Actually it. They're the ones that are going to have to drop over for Issa, Alexi buying for himself. The time ticks away, and no trades possible. Everyone else is in CT, but it looks like they still want to go for this.
Oh, yeah, and Mantu's actually gotten himself a kill with the molly. Alexi B going to be able to get one as well, but they need to get straight on that bomb. The spam coming back through from Alexi B shuts it down. Z-Power with the op. Can he do anything? He actually already got the...
They're going to let you, or that are going to be so predictable like that. Again, opening kills going their way, one after another. Face crack with a double, and A's already lost.
Yeah, completely. There was still a player around mid, but as soon as you finished your sentence, pretty much he went down. So more than really 1 or 2 weapons here at most. There's already one going down. Obviously now they know the position, so they should be able to just move in and at least trade it out from this point on. The smoke making it a little bit more difficult to beat so valde, and I especially think Dust2 up next is still one that forZe definitely could take. So OG really need to start coming back into this, and that's pretty solid. Alexi B not only getting 1 kill of damage and that smoke to try and give them some room to push forward. Unfortunately, Jerry, he's elevated up. He has the vision. He doesn't even have the vision on Alexi B, but he still does the damage. There's another nade. Oh, all right. Let's having fun. Alexi B obviously backing away. He's got himself an AK, so that's actually a pretty good find.
Yeah, the funny thing, actually, when you talk about roll now, valde can watch that. If Alexi B fell, that could have put a huge thorn in the side, as valde would have had to rotate back to B, but instead, forZe are splitting up. There's one player on every part of the map towards A. Unfortunately, none of them can cover each other or go in for trades. They're relying on individual skill, but Flit's been great with openings. Sadly, he can't take that duel versus the op successfully. So face crack alone, 1v3 after that first kill. Mantu still here, ready to rumble, and he has no idea. Should be easily able to just drop one on it. Here they come forward. Mantu doesn't even get to use the molly because he's shut down in the open. They know exactly where valde is, and goodbye to the B site. As forZe towards a bomb site, and OG are constantly in a position where
forZe playing very, very explosive. It was working for them yesterday against Sprout as well. They've carried it over today. AG. There was a smoke in place, but a little bit of a gap. They're actually able to make their way around it quite easily. The flash goes in. Face crack has an easy time just spamming through the smoke, but they need to get that bomb planted quickly. 5 seconds, and it is face crack defending to ensure it will go down, and actually wants to hunt this kill. Looking to see if he can find Mantu. Indeed, baits out the shot, follows up with...
where heads have got to be in hands. Trying to figure out exactly what they need to do. Because in that round...
It's OG. With the level of players, you know, that they're definitely expecting better of themselves. A decent trade at least being found there by Flit as they come out of the apartments. Follows up at the second, and it seems like whenever forZe entry onto a bomb site, whoever leads the charge or whoever gets 1 kill, he always gets a second. He always doubles down. Whether it's Flit, whether it's Face Cracked, it has just been fantastic across the board. And
that individual skill they've got, the gameplay round by round, player by player has been insane. They just run out on A, win every single duel. And OG again left in a spot where it's like, there's not necessarily a problem with the strategy they're deploying. That's it. The rest of the game, they've been quiet.
Yeah, no, that was just an example. It's not on Mantu by any
course.
means, although he has gone down, unfortunately, at the beginning of this round. Peeking around from Boiler towards mid, I believe. Z-Power actually going to get himself a second on NBK. Didn't quite catch that on my auto director, but we do see Face Crack. No clip button, fly in, hit some 360s. That's what they need right now.
You have your spin bot installed, you know, you're good to go. Other than that, you're probably losing, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Valda's
the op anyway.
Do you believe in Valda? He's the top fragger right now. He's got 8 kills on the board, 9. No, not to winning it. But yeah, talking about inconsistency as well, Dean. I just you know, you're mentioning Dust 2 coming up, and that is definitely a map that I'm worried for forZe on. Rushing in down through short, and they lose 2 players to start it off. This could be OG with another good shot by Almazer, but the spam from Mantu is too strong. Rush through the smoke from Alexi B, and that's the round over and done with.
Towards Mo'o, it is going to be a quick round from them, trying to pick up a convincing one to get themselves rolling, and yeah, that's a pretty good start. Mantu caught that initial aggression through the smoke. Flit though from the piss, still alive, getting himself 2 and nearly having a chance for another. But there's still being damage done to both of these remaining OG players. This is going to be difficult in the 2-on-2. As the bomb is yet to be planted, and they do know both of these forZe players are already up close. Oh, and Gato with a great shot. Last 2 bullets.
Yeah, it's not a bad decision at all to just stack up. Considering the fact that the Scout and the Deagle are being carried forward by Flit, giving over the Scout as a power, the next round has no downsides. Just holding the bottom of Banana in case there's any pushes out there and they can drop a weapon or 2. It's not even about weapons, it's just armor. But those 2 rounds, so considering the lead that...
So that's really what they wanted. That's why they just wanted to save there in the end, give themselves a chance here with the weaker weapons, maybe play a little bit more kind of crazy with them, as they do peek around the apartments, finding the initial kill, unfortunately being traded back, but now they're trying to wrap on this A bomb site, but Alexi B is just so far ahead of everyone else. No, geez, they still have the main weapons in play, and there we go. Issa's actually taking down Z-Power on the bomb site. They have Flit trapped in the pit, and he's not able to do anything either.
He tried to move out through the smokes that were down, but I think he threw one of them, so they realized what was going on. Either that or they must have heard him. Player on the right spotted out, but as Mantu, that's just a hunch that Jerry has. Once they spot Valda, they shouldn't expect the second, and a headshot delivered to Jerry by his teammate makes it so easy to spray him, but Issa, he completely whiffs it. He had 4 or 5 bullets and he only needed to hit 1, but Jerry, I don't know. I have no idea about it. Flit's causing such a distraction, but they guess maybe Face Crack's in there, and indeed he is. The flash of his teammate even stopped him. A good spray by Jerry. He does decent damage with Valda and Alexi B both low. A retake could have worked out, but a 2v4 is all that forZe see on their screens, and that's not something they want to get on scoreline. But forZe are using their brains, and that's something that I think hurts the most when you see a team that has a significant advantage just throw it completely away.
There is an extra weapon, I was going to say, for forZe in comparison to what they had in the beginning of the round. Face Crack not realizing the smoke was fading away, his legs were showing. But
in a 3v3, and they still had the majority of the bomb timer left with an op in position, I'm surprised they don't wait at least another 10 seconds before calling for that save. Like, was my mouse disconnected? No, my stream deck. It's on the front of my PC, and I got a fat foot. But it's all good now. Alexi B taken down on that early banana push. Dash hit him, but it doesn't matter. You can just keep on spraying it where he'd seen before. NBK not ready for that angle, but doesn't lose the duel somehow. And on the site now, all alone, Almazer's going to have to come up huge.
Unfortunately, trying to turn from the flashes, actually did get only actually seeing the kneecap there, I believe. So a little bit of info being found. The swing though coming in from Issa, looking to try and fall.
To boost it above the wall to try and catch it with the AWP. When that doesn't work, the utility goes over in theory, and eventually does. But that smoke's a little deep, and Almazer had an angle on Alexi B. Good opening, and they've no idea about Jerry. They find out, but not in the way they wanted to. Losing out on their man advantage. The gap in the smoke almost cost Valda, and does cost Valda his life. A lot of missed utility there by OG. A lot of missed up.
Getting that bit closer to the finish line, but NBK and Issa, they want to have something to say about this. NBK definitely does. Looking for more, gets the triple kill already. Flit just being held off by the utility in towards the spawn. has really nothing to do anymore. The bomb's already taken away. As he gets that first kill, it is somewhat possible, but NBK, all he has to do is play that time for a few seconds and he has it won. And indeed, at this point, just presuming Flitz ran away. Not quite the case. Direction though, because OG definitely favoring on towards A, gonna be walking into the crossfire unfortunately, but the kills are still going in their favor. FaceCrack doing what he can on the deagle, gets one, and actually the flank from Amazar drop.
They go for the plant, but eventually they don't want to allow time to be too much of a pressure for them later on. To Power not hitting the shot from above. Almazer's all alone, a 1 versus 2, and they just
Z-Power that now allows for Valda to, if he wants wrapping around Drew Long, it's pretty much uncontested. He's not going to be doing so though, and Flit and FaceCrack from the bomb site, and up on the balcony are doing it all. It's FaceCrack especially picks up the triple kill for himself, and suddenly that lurk from Valda around through the arch looks a little bit useless. He gets 1 kill for himself at the same time, so it makes sense.
Yeah, the damage of that nade even. What was that? Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Hi, we're CSGO. We fixed our nades. Like that. Sorry, I don't think that's how grenades work, but
I was trying to stand up for you, Val. Oh, Jerry though, he's gonna stand up on the B bomb site, only getting the 1 kill though in the end. Unfortunately being flanked out by NBK, who just goes ahead and gets a second through the smoke. Maybe looking for more. They want to, at this point, be cautious. They don't want to get spammed down. The bomb eventually being planted. NBK actually was the man to have that in possession, so he had to stop shooting for a minute. For a moment, at least. Oh, unfortunately not.
they've got to find Mantu, but he sprays away, baiting them into Isu.
One on long, couldn't really hold that position with just these weaker weapons, so it makes sense. But they are going to be wrapped on, and as they try and get aggressive as well to replay with some sort of control, NBK was ready for that around mid. Issa opens up as well on the bomb site, and the bomb is going to go down. It's going to be 13-14, 1 round in the difference. There will be, of course, the buy in this next one from forZe with the full loss bonus, but they need to get it, otherwise it's probably going to be OG getting themselves up the map point unless those weapons are being saved.
In my head, jumbled them together. Isu.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
You didn't hear that? Oh, it's okay.
Looking for the victory, and there it is, a little bit of a switch up straight down Banana. Jerry opens up, but NBK, he does the same. Flit falls, and it looks like with that now they're just going to commit straight towards A, realizing that they are getting flanked out from Banana.
The shot connected by Mantu as he swings around for the long control, but everybody's already dead. Well played. That's steam, and then it falls apart. They slow down. Well, I think they followed that and the advantages, but they're not playing like their usual selves and looking to follow through. That flash, good for a pit peek. The smokes are down to stop that from really happening. Flit is pre-fired through the smoke, and everybody's dead. It's only Zapower left. He finds one, but only saying we have an advantage. We don't need to take the risk now. Eventually, you do, but the risk doesn't pay off as is on 1 HP. Look at that. 19 health between 2 of the remaining 3 players. This round was so close to being defined in favor of forZe as they even take down the final full HP one.
It's just heartbreaking, and if placed well, once that molly goes down, could delay for another couple of seconds afterwards. Unfortunately, not really going to be ready to toss it down as the push comes in, and Jerry just tries to take the fight.
Smokes left. If Jerry threw that molly, that would have been pretty much GG'd in their favor. But now they've got to hold off, or they've got to come in to it. Well, I mean, a 1v4 at this point. This is just disastrous. Flit fall.